The forest loomed around me like a living, breathing entity, its dark canopy of trees blocking out the last traces of daylight. I trudged deeper into its heart, each step echoing in the heavy silence. Armed with nothing but a backpack and a tent, I had embarked on a solo camping trip, seeking solitude and a temporary escape from the chaos of the modern world. Little did I know that this journey into the wilderness would soon become a chilling tale that would forever haunt my memories. The first day was like a dream. I set up my campsite near the edge of a tranquil lake, its glassy surface reflecting the surrounding trees. The sun painted the sky in hues of gold and orange, casting a warm glow over everything. I explored, hiked, and even took a refreshing swim in the cool waters. As twilight descended, I built a crackling campfire and roasted marshmallows, savoring the sense of tranquility that enveloped me. Night came, and with it an inexplicable unease. The forest, once a serene sanctuary, now felt ominous and foreign. I crawled into my tent, zipping it up tightly, hoping to shut out the unsettling feeling that had settled in my gut. But despite my efforts, sleep was a distant friend. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of twigs seemed magnified in the stillness, like the whispers of something unseen lingering just beyond the edge of my senses. The following day, I tried to shake off my growing paranoia. I embarked on a long hike, my boots crunching on the forest floor, my heart pounding in my chest. I looked around nervously, as if expecting to catch a glimpse of whatever or whoever was watching me. But each time I turned, there was nothing but the trees, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. As the day turned to dusk, I returned to my campsite. The forest, now shrouded in shadows, seemed to come alive with unseen movement. I built another fire, its flickering light dancing on the trees, creating eerie patterns on the ground. The wind rustled through the leaves, carrying with it an unsettling whisper, a sound that seemed to come from all directions at once. "Who's there?" I called out, my voice quivering despite my attempt at bravery. The only response was the echo of my own words, swallowed by the darkness. But the feeling of being watched intensified, as if countless eyes were fixated on me, their gaze unrelenting and chilling. Night after night, I lay in my tent, my heart racing, my eyes wide open. I set up motion-activated cameras, hoping to capture evidence of the elusive watchers that haunted me. Yet, each morning when I reviewed the footage, there was nothing but the empty campsite and my own restless pacing. Friends and fellow campers dismissed my fears as mere imagination, chalking it up to the solitude and the wild stories of the forest. Determined to prove them wrong, I steeled myself for another night alone in the wilderness. The lantern cast feeble light, barely pushing back the oppressive darkness. The whisper returned, carried on the wind like a haunting melody. And then, from the shadows emerged a figure, a silhouette that stood at the edge of the firelight. Fear constricted my chest, but curiosity and a strange sense of defiance kept me rooted to the spot. "Who are you?" I demanded, my voice stronger than I felt. The figure remained silent, taking a step closer. It seemed to blur and shift, like smoke woven into the fabric of the night. My heart pounded in my ears as I realized that this was the embodiment of the presence that had haunted me for days. "Why are you following me?" My voice wavered, but I refused to back down. A soft, mournful sound filled the air, a sound that seemed to emanate from the figure itself. It raised an arm, pointing toward the heart of the forest. And then, with a final gaze that felt like a whisper of goodbye, it dissolved into the shadows, leaving me alone with my racing thoughts. The next morning, the forest felt less menacing. I packed my belongings, my heart heavy with both relief and a strange sadness. As I walked back to civilization, I couldn't shake the feeling that the forest was saying farewell, that its unseen watchers were finally releasing me from their grip. Years have passed, and I still share the story of my encounter with the eyes in the shadows. Some scoff, labeling it a ghost story meant to send shivers down spines. But those who have spent a night alone in the wilderness, who have felt the weight of an unseen gaze upon them, they understand the truth in my tale. The truth that lingers, like the memory of a chilling whisper carried on the wind through the ancient trees.